Been lurking here a while trying to find the courage to write this. Not sure where to start, but here goes. BBH 41, WW 37, 2 kids 8 and 6. D-Day Jan 2020. Together 14 years, married 10. Had been suspicious of my wife's behavior for a few months. Tried the usual stuff, checking phone and emails. Nothing. Got cameras set up in our home. Caught all the sordid details on camera. Dirty time with OM&O. Both work colleagues of hers. And destroyed. Never in my worst nightmares did I see this coming. Confronted her with the video. Got the usual BS. Didn't want these, loves only me. Wants to prove she is trustworthy. What can she do to prove herself to me? I'm numb, broken. Only thing keeping me going are my children. They don't know what's going on. And I am trying my hardest to keep it that way, but I am struggling with my wife's betrayal and getting sick of playing happy family with her around the kids, and with this lockdown I am a complete mess. I have had to cut my hours, so added stress. Can't sleep. I close my eyes and just see the video in my mind. How could she do this? We are still living together, but I have moved to the spare room. Part of me still wants reconciliation, but it's a small part. I have done and said some cruel things to hurt her, even though I feel guilty immediately. I know I still love my wife, but don't know if I will ever get over this. I wake up at night sweating, I cry a lot, and it's horrible. I feel like a fool and worthless, and when I turn to her all she can say is she broke me and doesn't know how to fix me and is so sorry, but will do whatever it takes. I don't want anyone else and want to forgive her, but I don't know how. This situation is horrific. My perspective of my family has changed. My views of her have changed. What do I do? Am I the fool for even thinking of reconciliation? There is so much more to say, but I don't know how. Even writing this, I can feel the rage build inside me. I hate what she has done to me and our family. I have no idea what is going to happen. Both immediate families have been told, plus some close friends. I rang her sister to let her know and come pick up WW on D-Day. She was shocked and is very supportive of me, as are her parents. But with my work schedule and the flu crisis, she had to come back to our home. The kids were with me at my dad's, about 2 hours drive away. She was supposed to come but canceled again. One of the reasons I became suspicious was constantly canceling outings and changing her shifts. She and O are old friends from college and now work as maternity nurses. Other man works there in pediatrics. Apparently, WW and O did this a lot in college, so I believe there to be some sort of emotional connection there. Not sure about other man. This was going on since June 19th until D-Day. I am a maintenance engineer and work overnights when required. Depending on her schedule, our kids would stay with her sister, so these would be perfect times to do what she did. Then again, she was almost always late home, so it was nothing new to me when she was late. I never gave it a second thought. I trusted her 100%. She is in the process of doing up a timeline, but right now I don't really care. She did what she did. Once or 100 times doesn't matter to me. The fact she did it does. He was caught in the master bedroom, so there is absolutely no chance of me going back there in the foreseeable future. I have gotten an STD check and it came back all clear, and even though I'm 100% sure the kids are mine, I demanded a paternity test. More to cause her pain than anything else, but haven't gotten to it yet. I am from the Republic, so yes, divorce and separation are not easily done. Right now, I am trying to keep my distance from her when possible. Most of our time together is spent with our kids. After that, retreat to my room or get out of the house and walk for a few hours since everywhere is closed. We have both started IC separately. I have told her I will not do MC unless R is on the table. They have given me a lot to think about. I have been sitting in self-pity too long. I fix things. It's my job. It's what I love to do. Take things apart and put them back together. I guess my brain went into repair mode, and I have been going over and over in my mind, taking my relationship apart to see if there was something I could have done to stop this. I know now that I couldn't. If she was going to it, she was going to do it no matter what. I need to get my life back to some degree. Me and my kids, that's it. She needs to look after herself. Other man and O are both single. I believe they were FB and got my WW to join, and so no other betrayed spouses involved. The whole country has been on a severe lockdown for the last 6 weeks, so it has been tough, but there will be an ease in restrictions in the next week or so. I will be taking back my room and I will clear everything out and redecorate. WW is working this weekend, so I will have time with the kids and time to think and plan my way forward. We are allowed to have cameras inside and outside our home. EU data protection only comes into effect if a camera is covering a public area, like footpath at front of the home. They do not, so I'm okay. Divorce laws here are hell. We need to be living apart for 2 of the last 3 years and no chance of R at all. We can be legally separated after 1 year apart. So that will be the first thing I can hope for if it comes to that. No matter what, the courts here will be biased towards WW with issues such as kids. Not even sure I would get 50-50 even if she agreed to it. So, until our lockdown eases, we are stuck in the same house. It's going to be a long summer. As far as what I want, I am still unsure. The thought of not having my kids in my life 100% ends me, but separation is what I am leaning towards. I have asked for a timeline. I told her if she leaves anything out, that's it. And also there will be a poly once the lockdown is over. WW does seem remorseful and is doing and saying right things. NC with both affair partners. They do work in the hospital but in different departments. She said she will put in for a transfer, but again with lockdown it won't happen for a while. She could quit. We have enough savings, but I don't want to waste it unless there is a possibility of ours, so we are stuck at the moment. She told me this started in June. Started there about 2 years prior, so who knows. Not sure about I only got suspicious because was canceling plans more often. I honestly thought it was alcohol or drug related and was seriously worried for her and hoping to catch her taking them. Not this. So yeah, kind of stuck in limbo until lockdown eases here, so I'm just concentrating on myself and the kids. Update: I was not in a good place, to be honest. My whole life just shattered into a million pieces and fell down a very dark hole. I have been on a lot just reading other people's stories, trying to figure out a lot that was going through my mind. A lot has happened the last few months, so I will try to keep it simple instead of a novel. First, I am getting a divorce. There is a lot more to it here. Need to be separated 2 out of 3 years, so it's going to be a long wait, but legal separation will be just as good. Everything will be split and 50/50 with the kids. I have also had a lot of ICS. I needed it. I was drinking way too much, eating little and sleeping less. I have pulled myself together to a certain extent, but I am definitely in a better place. I will just do short paragraphs from here. I did a paternity test even though I was 100% sure the kids were mine. I just wanted her to hurt and see what she had done. Test confirmed they are mine. She begged and pleaded to save the marriage. I told her there was no marriage to save. She made sure of that. Offered me a free pass, even a threesome with another friend of hers who she knew liked me. I then asked who the other person would be. After looking at me confused for a few seconds, I said, well, if you get 2 other people, it's only fair I do too. Hell, I'll even make a tape for you to watch. She walked away in tears. I didn't take the offer anyway. I am not her. She went no contact with both affair partners. Again, didn't really care at that point. Kept texting me where she was at lunch or out shopping. Told her to stop. She could be anywhere and text me that. Just like she did so many times before. I got a new job on the West Coast which suited me fine. I will stay with my dad. It is a big house and he is not getting any younger, so it eases my mind on him too. Would end up only having the kids on weekends, but I would have them for holidays and such. It helped me to get away from her. Missed my kids badly but spoke with them every day. I told her she could stay in the house. We would work something out. I didn't want to turn the kids' lives upside down. This was all part of the legal separation. Pensions and savings would also be separate. She still wanted to try but was willing to give me an easy separation. End of June, she wants to meet and talk. At this point we only discuss kids or legal stuff. Anyway, she had quit her job, wanted to sell the house and move over close to me. I told her again we were not getting back together. I needed to divorce. Our marriage was a sham because of her and her actions. I was still having nightmares of the video. She just wanted to get away from her job in the city. Her moving would give me more time with the kids too. She knew I was not stopping the separation, divorce, but said she would wait forever to prove to me she can be trusted again. So, I agreed to sell the house and she moved 40 minutes away, renting a house, and has a job lined up. House is on the market. We should sell fast enough, and prices here are a lot cheaper too. Kids love it here. Love their granddad and he loves having them here too. I swear he looks younger already. I think that is it. I know I left a lot out and it might be a little jumbled, but between work and having the kids at weekends and certain weekdays, which I love, I am constantly busy. Myself and WW are cordial and will chat when we see each other. I know she still wants to get back together, and who knows what will happen down the road. I can't lie, she is still beautiful and I do see the person I fell in love with at times, but for now it's a half a year wait for freedom, and that I know will definitely happen. Separation is going as well. We should be legally separated before Christmas. We have been put into another full-scale lockdown due to flu until early December, so this has slowed things down, but everything has been agreed and house sold. All assets split also, so basically just need to get papers signed and made official. Once that is done, I just have another 3 years to go before divorce. Not so soon to be ex-wife, was still trying to talk about getting back together. I shut her down every time. I have told her she needs to stop for the sake of the kids and being good co-parents, and if she kept pushing, I would go NC except for issues regards our kids. She has stopped, but I will not hold my breath just yet. Although something has come up, see further below. She has been going to IC since D-Day and has asked me to join her in one of her sessions as the therapist would like to meet me. I have declined so far as I do not see what good will come of it. Kids are doing great and have settled in quite quickly to their new homes, routines, school. Have new friends too, which I am really happy about. We have agreed on 50/50 custody with first choice for taking kids if the other parent needs to be away for work, etc. She has been asking about Christmas arrangements. I was offering some options, but she wants to this Christmas together as a family. I am hesitant to say the least. I have told her I am a little uncomfortable with this and do not want the kids and her getting the wrong idea. She said she understood but asked me to think about it. On one hand, I don't want to. We are not a family anymore, she saw to that. On the other hand, these are my children and the thoughts of our first Christmas not together is really killing me, so I am unsure what to do. If I do agree, I would make sure we are not alone. My dad will most definitely be there, and I may get her sister's family up. Her sister has been very vocal about siding with me on this, but they are sisters and are still very close, and our kids love each other, so that is a possibility. To be honest, I will have my STBX in my life forever with our kids, but I want to make the next 3 years as easy on me as possible. So far, she has agreed to everything in regards to the separation, and except for the "I want us to stay together and I will always love you" remarks, which bother and, like I said, shut down just as fast. We have been friendly towards each other. 3 years is a long time, and I guess I am just waiting for the day she turns nasty. But again, I have seen no hints of this. Early in our relationship, with a few drinks on us, the topic of past relationships came up. I had been with a few women, nothing too crazy. She had a few relationships also, but admitted to having threesomes in college a few times. I asked then was she bi. She said no, just enjoyed the bonding and it was fun, etc. She asked would I ever be interested. I was honest and said I was a red-blooded male. Of course, the idea of being with 2 women was a huge turn-on, but also said I could not do a threesome with her and another man. Hypocritical, I know, and I would never expect or ask for one with another woman. She said she felt the same. The idea of me with another woman made her jealous. So that was that. Never came up again and didn't give it much thought. After D-Day, I brought up this conversation up, and in between bursts of anger and crying asked had she been with her female AP while in college. She admitted to this and said the threesomes were with her too. I said too. So, you were just with her alone too? She knew she slipped up and admitted to sleeping with the AP in college on and off for a few years, usually when intoxicated, but still would not say she was bi when I confronted her on it. However, after a few IC sessions, she has agreed with the therapist and told me she may have some bi-L tendencies, but would never want a relationship with a woman. No idea what that means, to be honest. Happy to be married to me and cheat on me with a woman. Never mind the male AP. Maybe that's why she wants me to go to see her therapist, to get this out there. This will most likely be our last Christmas together as a family unit, but I really do not want to be alone with her. She has stopped asking about reconciliation and the "I love you," "sorry," etc., but who knows how long that will last. This is why I'm thinking of inviting her sister's family. My dad would also be there. Kids would get a great Christmas and I would have the safety of other people around. I still have not agreed to it, but may go with this option or a no deal. An update: separation should be finalized this week. It was delayed due to flu restrictions over the whole country, but they have been lifted somewhat, so I was told to expect to formally sign later this week. WW, seriously, what should I call her if I cannot even divorce for another 3 years? Has been relatively quiet. Other than talking about issues in regards to the kids, she has not kept in contact too much, and if it is just a random text, I do not answer. We will be spending Christmas as a family with my dad and sis-in-law family, so it may be a little awkward, but I am doing it for my kids. I told her we will not be spending any time alone and asked her not to drink. I will also not drink, as I do not want any accidents or mistakes. She agreed. That's really it for now. I will update more if I get the separation signed off. Update: well, it's done. We are legally separated. We both signed off on it last week. Her sister came with her. When we got outside, she broke down, apologizing over and over. I don't know why, but I felt sorry for her. I went over and hugged her. I just said I needed to do this. I may be able to forgive in time, but I will never forget. Again, I stated we need to be the best parents we can be for our kids. She kept saying sorry, she knows she screwed up. I let her go, told her to go with her sister and take some time to reflect, and I would be over to pick the kids up Sunday. I got to my car and everything came rushing at once. Her cheating, the breakup of my family, my kids' lives changed forever, and I just ugly cried for what felt like hours. I booked a hotel room, bought a large bottle of Jameson and proceeded to get wasted. She was texting and calling. I just turned my phone off and wallowed and cried some more. Woke up the next day feeling like crap but better emotionally. Still hurting but dealing with it as best I could. I see appointment later today, should be fun. Turned on my phone to a ton of messages. I deleted them all without reading. Thankful I turned my phone off. I'm sure I would have told her to come over in my drunken state. These thoughts were getting to me and I could feel my anger rising and didn't want to go down that path. So just went about the rest of my week and WKND trying to keep myself busy. I picked the kids up Sunday with my dad and we were going to go out to our local park and get something to eat later. She started asking me why I had my phone off and that she was worried and still cared. I'm not proud of it, but I lost it. I asked my dad to load the kids into the car and just let it all out. I tore her to shreds, not raising my voice, didn't want the kids to hear, but I had a lot of venom in my tone and words. Why would I be okay with the breakup of my family, her tearing my heart to shreds and stomping all over it, destroying me? Did she care when she was screwing those other 2 people in our home? You get the idea. I went on for about 10 minutes, until my dad called me. I think he knew I had to get it off my chest. She was again in tears and apologizing for everything. I got myself composed, told her I had to go. My dad went up to her, hugged her and said something and came back to the car. I rang her sister and told her what happened and she should call her. Spent the rest of the day with the kids and my dad. He just asked if I was okay. I said no, but I would be. I didn't ask what he had said to her. I didn't really care. He loved her like a daughter and she will always be his grandkids' mother, so he will always be talking to her. I'm okay with that. He knows I had to do what I did and agrees what she did was the worst kind of wrong, but still cares for her. I did end up texting apologizing for the way I let loose with my outburst, but that it needed to be said. She just said she understood and it was okay. So that's where I am for now. 3 years and counting. Half a year later. Wish I could say I was doing well. A little bit has gone down since my last post. So early Feb I got flu. Living with my dad, I did not want to expose him and was looking for places to hold up. STBX offers her home. Kids would stay with my dad to limit exposure. I was hesitant, but it was the best option with little notice. Nothing happened. I was far too ill and STBX just left food and water outside my room and asked if I needed anything. After 2 weeks I was feeling better, had the all clear. Things were okay between us. She never tried anything and I was surprised by it, to be honest. I had been expecting some sort of pleading to get back together. So, if you remember in another post, I was saying she was asking me to go see her therapist with her a few times. Well, I decided I would go if it would help her. Kindness for kindness, I thought. We were in a good position, co-parenting really well. I tell her if she still wants me to go, I will go for 1 session and 1 only. She agrees and thanks me. So, appointment is set. I meet her there and go in and sit down. Pleasantries exchanged, and this is where it all goes to crap. Her therapist tells me my STBX has something she wants to tell me. Look at her and only notice then how nervous she looked. Internally I am so wound up, not sure what to expect. Try to look calm as I possibly could, so I just look at my STBX and wait for her to talk. She starts with the "I love you and never meant to hurt you, but I want to be honest with you as you deserve it." Yep, guess how many other people there were and how long this was going on. 7 other people, men and women, over the entire relationship. 1 night stands, couple of affairs lasting months. Couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was seriously lost for words. How did I miss all this? My whole relationship was a lie. She said she came to realize she had an addiction and to the thrill of someone new. That she truly did love me and never meant to hurt me. What the actual hell? Once she was finished, I sat there for what seemed like hours until the therapist asked if I was okay. I was so pissed but tried to stay calm. I stood up, said thank you for being honest with me and walk out. They both called me back. I just replied, "You are not my therapist, so I will not be saying anything to you." Turned to my STBX and spoke. "Do not contact me ever again unless it has to do with the children. You are dead to me," and walked out. I seriously do not even know how I got home. That was early March. She tried to get in touch, but I told her if she tries one more time a restraining order will be coming her way. She has stopped. When I do go to pick up or drop the kids off, I just tell her anything that has happened or if they need anything. And vice versa. She looks terrible but no worse than me, I suppose. Why do people do this? She could have been with as many people as she wanted. Why drag me into this? I feel like I'm back at square one. I never saw any signs until the end. I am so emotionally messed up right now. I doubt myself in everything I do. So yeah, lots more therapy for me and a lifetime of having her in my life no matter how little. I honestly thought we were in a good place co-parenting wise. Not much arguing. I wasn't hateful or spiteful. I wanted us to able to coexist when it came to the kids with as little trouble or issues as possible. I really thought we were over the worst of it. I was never going back. She knew that. After the ambush there were a few heated exchanges, mostly on my part. I told her she needed to find a new therapist because what happened was not right and no way they should have allowed that to happen. Even my own therapist was dumbfounded. I honestly thought I was helping her heal and help her move on. I thought it was going to be a long letter apologizing, etc. Instead, I got another D-Day and all the fun that comes with it. As for therapist, I wasn't sure if they agreed to STBX telling me this or not. I just wanted to get out of that office. I was angrier with STBX. I asked multiple times if there was anyone else. I'm sure she lied to save herself, then decided or was told that giving me the whole truth was a way for both of us to heal. Maybe she thought I would forgive her and hug her and take her back with open arms. Since then, I'm just gray rock. I'll be civil, talk about the kids when required, and that's it. Any other texts are unanswered. I don't want her in my life at all but have to be happy with as little as possible. There was someone I could see myself liking. You get to know better before all this. Not now. I need to work on myself a lot more now. I am okay, not great but better than I was. I took a week to myself and the other lady. This woman, I will call her X, a nice Irish name. Anyway, she is a family friend. I was in a friend group with her older brother and sister. She is a single mother now. Child's dad ran off when she got pregnant, never married. We had been getting closer the weeks leading up to D-Day 2, but when that happened I just her out. She had been calling and texting, obviously worried about me. I decided to tell her what happened a couple of days ago. I broke down in front of her, something I only ever did with my STBX. She was very supportive and just let me vent. I did tell her how I was feeling about her, but with the way things are now I am just not ready. Her response, she likes me and there is no rush. Some things are worth waiting for and just make sure that when I feel ready to date, make sure her number is first on the list. So yeah, my ego got a little boost that day. Not much has changed with STBX, not much communication unless it is about the kids. When I collect or drop the kids off, she definitely wants to talk but has never asked. I think she knows I will not even acknowledge her at this point. My anger has gone, I'm done, like a switch has been turned off. I just feel nothing when I see her. Is this normal? I can't and don't want that negativity anymore. I just want to move on with my life as best I can. Still a lot of therapy ahead. Also, youngest birthday in a few weeks. Need to figure out what we are going to do on the day, but we'll sort something out, I suppose. She is my little girl and I will do what I need to do to make her happy. That's it for now. Few months later, I am okay, better than I have been at least anyways. Not much has been happening. I have been keeping my distance from STBX, more for my own mental health than anything else. I have been having my dad pick up and drop off the kids. I can't be around her right now. I have told her this by text. She just replied that she understood, apologized again and hoped we could be back on friendly terms someday. I never replied. My dad told me that she really does not look too good. Lost more weight and looks like she hasn't slept and has been doing a lot of crying. I rang her sister and told her, I apologize for putting this on her shoulders, but I just cannot be around my STBX right now. Her sister is very understanding and told me to look after myself first. As much as I hate my ex right now, she is the mother of our kids and they need her as much as they need me. Hopefully she will get the proper help and a new therapist, but I need to look after me for now. Myself and new woman are taking things slow. Even though I had said I couldn't be with anyone right now, we seem to be still seeing each other. See how things go down the line. Still nothing planned for my daughter's birthday, but I am going to have to bite the bullet at some stage and sort something with STBX. I will let you all know how that goes. Another small update. Being kept busy with the kids off school. I'm okay, still moving forward. Dealing with STBX as best I can. Daughter's birthday went well. I took the kids out together the day after her B-day. STBX was disappointed I wasn't staying for the day. As much as I wanted to say, yeah, how do you think it makes me feel not spending the day with my daughter on her B-day? I just ignored her and apologized to the kids and said I would see them the following day. Day out went well. Still some lockdowns in place, so brought them swimming and a movie. Then lunch at an American-style diner my daughter likes. Brought kids back to my place for daughter-esque gifts, she loved them. Brought kids back to STBX later that day, gave kids hugs, told them I loved them and they went in. STBX tried some small talk, but I just shut it down. I told her all I want to talk about is anything related to the kids. Apologies came again, with tears. I really do believe that she is remorseful, but too little too late, as they say. That's it for now. No big updates. Taking the kids away to a forest resort in a few weeks. They enjoy outdoor stuff, so hopefully we will have some decent weather. Divorce. Unfortunately, I have a bit of a way to go. I need to be separated for 2 out of 3 years before I can file. I am currently in year 2, so sometime in 2023 is my target. Divorce laws here are a joke, but it used to be you need to be separated 4 out of 5 years, so not as bad now. I say STBX because I have no idea what else to say. My biggest fear is she will not agree when the time comes to sign. Like some of you said here, I really do believe when we met with her therapist and the other affairs came out, she honestly thought it would help me heal and maybe get us back together down the line. Of course, it had the opposite effect, and I think it has finally hit her that I am done. During one of our arguments, while me screaming, her taking it, after that meeting I said to her, I don't understand, I am giving you what you want, you can go screw whoever you want without fear of being caught, just don't do it with the kids home. This was the only time she got angry and screamed back that she never did and would never do that with the kids home, then went back to being timid and silent. She has lost weight, which she didn't need to lose, looks 10 years older, like she has not had a full night's sleep in months. I am worried about her, for our kids' sake, not mine. She loves them and is a great mother, but she needs to be physically and mentally able, and I can see cracks. She has gotten a new therapist, so hopefully that will help her. Can't be any worse than her last one, to be honest. So, yeah, I have a long way to go, but each day is a day closer. My good days outweigh my bad, so I will keep moving forward. I go to collect the kids as usual. STBX asks to talk. I really don't want to, but tell the kids to go get ready and tell her to come outside. Dad was with me. I will not be alone with her anymore. She tells me the kids have been talking about my new friend and wants to know if I am seeing her. Seriously, I didn't know whether to laugh or tell her to mind her own business. In the end, I went for both and told her yes, I am seeing someone and it doesn't concern her anymore. She got mad and said as their mother she has a right to know who her children are going to be with. Yup, I just asked was she that concerned when she was bringing people into our home to screw them. She of course gets upset. Dad intervenes and says that this convo is over and we can try again another time. I take the kids and leave. Fast forward to early late Aug. I am returning the kids. We haven't really talked since our last discussion unless it is about the kids. Says she needs to tell me something. We sit down, Dad too, and tells me she is pregnant. After what felt like hours, I just blurted out congratulations. I honestly didn't know what to say. I then asked who the father was. She didn't know. Apparently, the evening we had our argument, she decided to go out with some friends. They met some guys at a restaurant, went back to their hotel, and one night stand with no details of who the guys are. They are not local and no details exchanged. I was honestly confused, like why is she telling me this? So, I ask, she starts crying saying she has screwed everything up. She doesn't know what to do. It was a mistake. After our argument she was just upset, sad, angry with herself. Reality was finally hitting her that I was moving on with someone new. She just wanted to drown her sorrows and never meant for this. At this point she was in hysterics. I asked Dad to take the kids home and I would follow later. I got her calmed down, talked some more about what she wants to do. I called her sister up and she was shocked. She could not come down to see her sister as she had her own family to take care of. I asked her if there was anyone who could come over and stay with her, and we called a friend from her work. She came over and I left. My mind was racing. I knew she would keep it. Will she use this pregnancy to lure me back, and if so, how? It's not the baby's fault and my kids will be its siblings. A million thoughts running through my head. Why me? What did I do in a past life to deserve this crap? This is turning into a novel. Lots more happened. New woman was worried about how our relationship was going. I am still very closed with my feelings. Dad had flu, okay now. He was vaccinated but was still very ill. Then 2 weeks ago I get a visit from the police. STBXW crashed her car into a tree while drink driving and she still has me as her primary contact. Thank God no one else was hurt. Kids are with me. Baby is fine. She has some serious bruising but nothing too bad. I got to the hospital and when I knew her and the baby were going to be okay, I was so pissed. I called her out on what she was doing. Why the hell would she do this? What was going on in her head? Tears flowing from her again, blaming herself for all this self-pity crap, and I am sick of it. I know I am too nice for my own good, but I can't seem to stop. I don't want to be with her anymore. I am really starting to hate myself for wanting to help her. For now, kids are with me until she recovers. New woman has been my rock and I know I need to open up to her more. I still do not know why she is interested in me with this boulder hanging around my neck. Mentally I am a bit of a mess. I see is barely helping me anymore, but I will continue to go. So yeah, life is great and everything in between. I have left so much out but had to cut it out. This novel is getting way too long. Here is no chance in hell I will ever get back with my ex. I would have a better chance of being kicked by a snake. Anyway, the ex's family have gotten more involved with her. It seems there was a lot more going on than I first thought. When she found out I was dating new GF, she confessed a lot to her sister, who then got her parents involved. Sister wanted to tell me what I found out. I was going to decline. I didn't want more drama, but new GF rightly pointed out that this could affect the children's lives, so best to find out and have it on record. She is good. I will not go into too much detail, but drugs, hookups, binge drinking. The works. This stopped when she found out she was pregnant. Go figure. She has gone to a rehab facility about 1.5 hours away and will then be staying with her aunt and her husband for the foreseeable future. I have full custody of the kids during this time with visitation for her every weekend. This is not court ordered, just myself and her family feels it is best, but I am looking at my options here legally. Things are never easy here. Kids are asking about their mom. I just told them she feeling unwell and they can see her soon. The courts are very biased towards women here, so I am just making sure I keep everything I have for when necessary. She could leave rehab, say she is clean, and I get my kids every second WKND, so yeah, I need to be well prepared for when the time comes. I would be lost without new girl, and I am sure to tell her that every day. I still have full custody of the kids. STBX is still living with her aunt. She gets the kids every WKND Friday to Sunday evening, then her aunt will bring them back to me. I have no contact with her unless it is regarding the kids, and even then, her aunt or sister are a go-between 80% of the time. She has not really tried to interact with me. She fished a couple of times just after my last post, but I never replied. Hopefully she understands, but I will not hold my breath just yet. New woman and I are doing great. Her family all contracted flu just before Christmas, so she and her daughter spent it with me and Dad. I had the kids Christmas morning and brought the kids up to STBX early afternoon until 27th. Wished I had them longer, but I had them New Year's, so we set off some fireworks early and the kids loved it. I still have bad days, especially dates like anniversaries, kids' birthdays. Christmas wasn't too bad. I miss the kids, but I am coming to terms that this is the new normal for them, plus me having full custody works in my favor long term. So yeah, that's the main points, nothing crazy, for now. Probably just one bit of advice I am looking for is how do I deal with things once the child is born and a little older. It's not my child but is my kid's sibling. My worry is going away on holidays or taking the kids out for the day. Should I include this child? It is not the child's fault, and I do not want my kids seeing their sibling as someone other than their brother or sister. I know this issue is still a bit down the road, but it is in the back of my mind. Kids are doing great. Restrictions have been lifted here, so might bring the kids off somewhere for a nice long weekend. Still NC with my STBX. I will be looking into one of those co-parenting apps for when she does have the kids. We are legally separated. The only thing keeping us attached is our kids and a flimsy piece of paper which takes 3 years of separation to destroy. Even the fires of Mount Doom will not scratch that goddamn piece of paper at this stage. I do not really care what she does as long as it does not affect the kids. My comment: the best advice here is to leave your wife and never look back. People like this never change. Every time you think about forgiving her, just think about the other man and what he did to her.